Okay, I can't help myself. You can skip this if you like. But if you want to understand what this is, I've got it here. I think it's important to understand. We have the equation 1.07 to the t equals 2. So what we can do is take the log of both sides of that equation. And we get log of 1.07 to the t equals log 2. Log of this side equals log of that side. Then we apply the rule of logarithms. It says when you take the log of something to the power, that power becomes the coefficient of the log of that something. Okay, it's the log of m to the p equals p log m. And that's a law that everybody should be very familiar with because, of course, it was assigned. We had a number of homework problems. And if you're familiar with the laws of exponents, as you need to be to understand what we're talking about here, or the properties of exponents and logarithms, specifically property of logarithms, I think I was saying property of exponents. They're inverse also. We've talked a little bit about that. Anyhow, you need to know those properties. Now, you can take the log of this, set it equal to the log of this. Log of this side equal log of this side. You can apply that property, log of m to the p equals p log m. I think that's the letters they use, but you understand it. Again, if you've done what you need to up to this point. So log of 1.07 to the t is t log of 1.07. And that equals log 2. Well, then we divide both sides by log of 1.07. We get t equals log 2 over log of 1.07. And that's actually easier than worrying about the inverse function. Or worrying about how. Now, that's actually an application of the inverse function. Instead of worrying about it in this form, although this is easy enough to do and very easy once you get used to it. Okay, and this is the way when people solve equations beyond pre-calculus, that's the way we think about it. So you can do the same thing with this equation. You have log base 5, so you can do 5 to that power. 5 to the log base 5 of this side equals 5 to this side. Okay? And then the 5 to the x and log 5 of x functions are inverse functions. And we understand that if we understand what we've been doing for the last week or so. So that this gives us just x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 5 to the third. Same thing we got here by using these relationships. Just raising 5 to the power equal to each side, okay? So that's kind of good to know, but it's not required.